Hello, YouTube. Everybody enjoy those FFA and ambush battles with air tonight? I know I did. Gonna go ahead and get the show started here. Banner Saga Chapter 20. You have no idea how hyped I am about this. I'm so hyped. I had to get myself a cocktail to cool down. Today's stream is brought to you by... Okay, hold on. Don't know what to call this. I think I'm gonna call it Spiked Punch Margarita. It's an attempt at a margarita-themed cocktail. So, tequila, coconut rum, lime juice. What else? I have my audio coming through my computer instead of my headset. That needs to change. 1 second. Now, what else is in this drink? I made it a while ago. Crushed ice, a little bit of salt. Oh, topped with a mix of Sprite and a blood orange soda. That was something else. Now, that should have fixed it. It's not. Hold on, I'm gonna have to back out. Hold on. I'm still with you, folks. We'll get this straightened out one way or another. Okay, sorry for the blorps. Testing audio just to make sure I got this right. Gotta make sure I can hear the game. Oh no, my phone just started a system update. Now I'm not going to be able to follow the chat. This is dumb. Oh. Anyway, how are you, folks? Is the world good? I mean, I know the Banner Saga world is not good, of course. That's just par for the course. Let's go ahead and load this up. That's our stream right there. Here we go, Chapter 20. We live as we will live. Okay, that was a quick update, so I think I'm going to try and get the chat loaded up on my phone, and we'll be good to go. We're back to Rook. We're back to Oddleaf. Sometimes you awaken more tired than when you fell asleep. This is one of those times. Aleo is silently sitting bedside. Aleo, were you watching me sleep? What? No! I mean, yes. I mean, Oddleaf sent me to get you. Wasn't sure whether to shake you awake or let you... What's happening? Nothing good. Rugga's free. He's creating problems out by the gates. Oddleaf's trying to talk some sense to them now. How did Rugga get free? While we were busy fighting asunder and saving the city, his men broke into the prison, killed some of Petrus's guards, too. Are you kidding me? I wish I were. I hate to say it, but we should bring as many clansmen as we can find. It would be a grave mistake to leave them behind. You don't think they'll be safer here? I don't think we'll be safe without them. So let me see who I've got here. So Regina, thanks for coming. Andrew Walker, welcome to you too. Where's everybody else? This is news. Usually people come pouring in after an Heir of Carthage stream. Breaking my heart, folks. But we will continue. We have a plot to deliver. Rugga has broken free of his cell. And we're off to confront. This is one of the biggest decision episodes. And I'm really looking forward to what my chat has planned for Rook and Oddleaf. And Ubin. Ubin's back in this batch too. This is great. You squint in the sunlight outside the cool shade of your tent, and a smell reminds you of the small farmhouses you once lived near in Skoger. The field is full of horseborn, a lot more than there were before. Ubin stands in their midst, the shepherd of a confused flock. These horseborn look rougher than the ones you've been traveling with, and many sport battle injuries. These horseborn lost a lot of leaders, all at once. He tells you about the new arrivals. They haven't found a lot of sympathy here in Arboren, despite helping defeat Ruin. Hate to crowd your camp, but what would you think about taking them under your wing? 1, 2, or 3, audience. Number 1, we've had enough trouble with the horseborn already. 2, are you sure they want that? Or 3, I don't know, let's talk about this another time. Go away. A little horse porn. We don't. Do we really need more horse porn? Did I say horse porn? Or did I say horse porn? Andrew Walker says, probably should have killed Rugga. Maybe. Maybe. Nuva DT, welcome. I'm glad he thinks this is about to get out of control. All right, we have enough votes already for option 2. Are you sure the horseborn want to be under my control? We won't know until we ask, Ubin replies. In times like these, I believe it's better to have too many friends than too few. Uno, dos, tres. Approach the horseborn and offer them protection under your banner. Have a horseborn ally speak to them on your behalf. Or 3, maybe we could do this another time. If we really just want to put this off, they've told us twice that we can, but I don't know. We do have some horseborn in our roster. They can maybe speak for us, or we can just try to do it ourselves. See what happens. If you're in the chat right now, and you have the means and the ability to do so, please take this link, go onto the Heir of Carthage Discord right now, and start spamming it at people. Tell them it's begun. Chapter 20. And you don't want to miss the end of this one. If you've been following any of my Banner Saga streams, any of them, this is the one not to miss. I have an announcement. I've already kind of made the announcement. But also, the end of this chapter has a huge moment. Actually, it's not even the end. It's like the middle of the chapter there's a huge moment. Regina says, let them speak. Wyatt PA, thank you for coming. Several of the horseborn who have traveled in your caravan are nearby. Considering Canary's troubled past, you think it would be best to leave her out of this. So we have Dardrio, the veteran fighter, to speak on our behalf, or we ask Roek, the tribe leader, to speak on our behalf, or we can ask Skathak, the skilled trader, to speak on our behalf. Funny thing is, I've only seen one of these options. I've played through the game a couple of times now, and both times I ended up going the same way. Andrew Walker is suggesting Roek. Nuva DT is thinking Skathak. What do I know about these 3 personality-wise? Okay, so Dardrio, she's a bit of a hothead. She's usually the one that gets the other 2 horseborn into trouble from what I've seen. She's usually the one to rush in first and be like, I am going to kill Trigakenta. Roek, he's just happy so long as Dardrio's happy, but he's also a skilled leader himself, right? He's no stranger to making the tough choices. And then Skathak, he's like their skald. He's the one of many languages and the ability to understand other cultures. Regina says pick whoever's the most diplomatic. Honestly, I think that would have to be Skathak, so we're going to go with the only option I've ever seen picked. Here it is. You remember that Skathak was a trader before you met and has experience speaking to strangers. Ubin translates your request. Skathak addresses the crowd with a trained voice and grabs the full attention of the tribes with a spirited conversation. Many join, he tells you. 57 fighters, thank you very much. Those numbers will be useful in this chapter. This is the chapter. This is the what kind of trouble got stirred up that we need the whole clan? The kind that turns into an angry mob. I like thinking of Leo speaking in verse all the time. My least favorite kind of mob. There's a lot of potential iambic pentameter there for him. Anyway, this is the episode where all of our past choices in Banner Sagas 1, 2, and 3, they all come together in this chapter. Through still gaping holes in the splintered walls, you glimpse the dredge idlantly lurking. Bleary-eyed workers do their best to fill the cracks. The foreman spies you at the head of the caravan. Got any fighters with strong arms? Gods know we could use them, and they'll be well fed. So we can give them a token number of volunteer fighters to help patch the walls and stand guard. We can give them enough fighters to get the job done quick, a few dozen. We can just ignore these guys. Who cares about the walls? Or we can make apologies and decline. Nuva's asking, who's the MC, by the way? I'm the MC. I'm your master of ceremonies. My name is Appius Accius Rullus, Viking of Rome. Oh, you meant main character. Yeah, Rook. It's a very disheveled, sad, heartbroken Rook, but it is a Rook. Rook to pawn 7. That's not actually that's not a chess move. I'm sounding really uneducated right now. So we're going for a 2. Give him the couple dozen. That's Nuva's idea. Andrew Walker seems to concur. Nuva, have you joined us from Era of Carthage streams, or are you joining from the Stoic / Banner Saga Discord? Oh man, you've got Ivor as your character pick. That's awesome. Regina is also concurring. We're moving along. Give them enough fighters to get the job done quick. A few dozen at least. The foreman prowls through your caravan, browbeating anyone healthy enough to shoulder timber. Not all who join show enthusiasm, weary as the Sunder's assault left them, but the cause is worthy. Minus 20 fighters. That was actually the correct decision. Good job. Nuva, thank you so much for joining us. You're going to hear me referencing Era of Carthage a lot. He's a Total War YouTuber, somebody whose community I've taken a great deal of initiative and leadership in, and I've since picked up doing my own thing. And I've really come to enjoy doing these Banner Saga streams. All right, so many survivors occupy the dirt along the common paths that they begin to blend together. A young girl conquers her shyness and comes begging for food at your feet. Others are inspired to do the same. Before you even check, you already know there's nothing left to give. You consider what to tell the growing crowd of open hands. We can ignore them or give them an empty promise. I don't think I've ever had this where there's no supplies left. That Banner Saga life. I know. I'm honestly, I'm just looking forward to what Stoic can do next. I really want to see more of the Banner Saga world. I really do. I think it's just fantastic. Yeah, Andrew, these options do stink. Okay, Regina Day is saying, 1, just ignore them. Yeah, Nuva, we have no food. There are no supplies left. Where's the we have no food left option? That's kind of what this one is. I mean, would you give if you could? Then in that case, you would promise to do what you can when you have the time. But you don't have it right now. You don't have the time nor the food. We are starving. It seems like the most obvious thing to say in this situation. Yeah, well, oh well. Looks like we're leaning towards ignore them, yeah? Ignore them rather than give them an empty promise. Man, you all are a fantastic caravan. Oh, hard swing towards number 2. Yep, everybody's now saying promise to do what you can when you have the time. You're not sure why you said it. Even you don't believe yourself. The others certainly don't, going by the quiet judgment on their faces. Ouch. Morale declined. Yeah, sure. I still have fantastic morale, so that didn't really hurt. I can't wait to spend the 76 renown and make you all stare at me clicking buttons. We've got titles to give. Guys, we've got more titles to give. I'm so hyped about this. This chapter has me so excited, much more excited than almost every other chapter I've done so far. And I think Nuva knows why. Okay, here we go. Dredge killer! Shouts a woman as you approach. Contrary to what sounds at first like an angry mob, the opposite occurs. Thankful survivors crowd around asking questions you can't answer. What if Dredge attack again? What about the darkness? What do we do now? I know as much as any of you. Hold out hope. I personally know the Volca are well on their way to fixing this. Things are bad, but we'll survive one day at a time, or leave me alone. I'm no champion. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Nuva. I thought so. Nuva, question for you. How many times have you played through the game so far? And Nuva, without giving away too much, I think I didn't go back to double check this, but I think that my chat has done everything they need to for the positive outcome rather than the negative outcome. Regina's saying 3 things are bad, we'll survive one day at a time. The survivalist speech. Something more believable. Nuva says hold out hope. Do we know the Volca are well on their way? No, we don't. Do we? I have to think back to this. This is... Oh, we know that yes, we know that Juno and Ivan are in the darkness. Regina, that's good use of words there. Stoic determination is probably better than empty optimism. Stoic, yeah, Nuva, he caught it too. Andrew Walker says, I'm going with 2s like I have irritable bowels. I love you guys. Oh, man. So that's 2 votes for 2, 1 vote for 3. All right, I'm clicking it. Here we go. So many of these survivors have no banner left to claim, but cheer their fealty to you and follow toward the gates. After your rousing speech, you don't dare send them away. We have no food for these 112 clansmen, but they're coming along anyway. You can't hold us back. Ah! At least they seem to be making some progress on the walls. Nice when we don't have to be responsible for absolutely everything. After dealing with that Sunder, they finally pitched in once they realized you're not going anywhere. Well, good for them. But, you know, that wasn't really my moment as much as it was Ubin's moment. I like Petrus too. I like him as like a second wave pocket knife. He's really good for just about every situation. He's got incredible strength, and he can create a tank. Like, all of those things make him great. I really enjoy using him in that second wave scenario, second, third wave, if I got Gil hurt a lot. Oh, by the way, Nuva, this chat managed to keep Gil alive. And most of the people, I will say most, not all, but most of the people that have been watching my streams have actually, it'll be like their first time ever seeing a Banner Saga game. So it's really cool watching all of these people vote by consensus, not knowing what the outcomes are. It's fascinating. Okay, so a growing crowd is gathering at the gates. It is easy to tell the curious bystanders from the hardened, darkened faces of Rugga's loyalists, but there are plenty of different colors being flown here. The Varl are also nearby, looking uncomfortable. Oh yeah, Nuva, that's the other thing to tell you. They sided with Rugga when we assault at the peaceful bit, not Meinolf. So the Varl, they don't know what to think of us. Like, they'll show up and talk to us, but they do not fight with me. So this is like an all-human and horseborn Banner Saga 3. As you step forward, the disgruntled murmur of the crowd turns into the squeaking of rats skittering into hiding holes. Rugga, as always, wears the satisfied smile of a man who drowned his own humility in bottomless ambition long ago. God, I love to hate Rugga. Aha! Our savior has joined us. Maybe now we can hear some sense. I am tired of listening to your bitch yap. You'd prefer it to my bite. That's why a vicious dog should be muzzled. I should have killed you. I should have killed you. There was a kill Rugga button, and I didn't click it. 1. Disrespect Oddleaf again and see what happens. You don't see the irony in that coming from you, Rugga? Ooh. Or what is this all about? 1, 2, or 3. Even Regina's saying should have killed him when we had the chance. He's so much fun to hate. Like there are so few characters out there that are done so well that you can't stand them, and you honestly have to respect the writing, or in the case of film, you have to respect the actor for doing that. There's another character that comes to mind when I think of how much I hate Rugga. Who here has seen The Mummy, the original one, like way back early 2000s, maybe even late 90s? Um, there was a character in that movie called Benny. Man, I hated Benny. I just wanted him to die so bad. And of course, spoiler warning, he does finally get it in the end, and it is so satisfying because he just does such a great job of making you hate him. And, kudos to the actor for doing that. I don't even know the actor's name. That's the only thing I've actually seen that actor in. Um, but yeah, you'll have to look that one up. Anyway, let me go ahead and look at my voted options here. I got Wyatt and Regina voting 2. Andrew Walker, again, IPS 2. Nuva saying option 1. Nuva says he thinks he saw that movie. Andrew Walker says I remember, but didn't he get eaten alive inside out by scarabs? Yeah. Uh, I think the moment right before where he's in the treasure room and he's like trying to escape it before the wall like crushes down on top of him, and he's trying to grab as much gold as he can, and he actually manages to get out from underneath the crushing rock. And I was like, oh please, just get him, and he gets out, and I was like, oh, it was so agonizing. All right, so we're going for option 2. You don't see the irony in that coming from you, Rugga? I don't know what you mean. As usual, I only want to protect our people, but Oddleaf hears what she pleases. You only want to condemn. It starts with the dredge. How long before you convince them we're the next enemy? What do you mean starts with the dredge? She would throw away all of our sacrifice to let them walk through the gates. Just as there are Varl here, horseborn. Many of those outside these gates are women and children too. We've known this. Be that as it may, tell me why I just lost good Varl fighting them. For hundreds of years, when our leaders tell us to fight, we fight. The dredge are no different. Bellower is gone. Eyeless and Ruin are gone. Are the rest beating down our doors crying for blood? No, they cry out for mercy. All I'm suggesting is that we don't leave them to suffer in the darkness. We can find a way. Before he died, our king said everyone lives. Who is Rugga to disagree? He is no king. Oddleaf is right. There is no king here. Look at the faces around you. Some who just lost children, trampled beneath bloody dredge hooves. Shall we invite the dredge in for another go? I don't see how any of this matters. When the darkness covers us, we'll all be the same sort of dead. But all things being equal, I'll shed no tears for the dredge now. Hear, hear! Some common sense. And what does our heroic Sunder Slayer believe? Speak up! We've all been waiting for your wisdom. 1, 2, 3, or 4 are 1. We should not be listening to criminals who cowered in chains while we died on the battlefield. 2. We could fight the dredge when they come again, or we could take a chance on peace. 3. Make a heartfelt appeal to the masses. Or 4. I won't defend the dredge if it leads to war amongst ourselves. Yes, the Mummy movie was pretty brutal. I have not seen the Mummy remake. Tom Cruise is in it. I don't immediately jump at any Tom Cruise remake. So, yeah. Option 3, make a heartfelt appeal to the masses, is what Nuva's saying. Andrew Walker is asking if it's italicized because does that make it special? No. It's just italicizing it to show that it's an action instead of something that he is saying. Because if it wasn't italicized, it would be like he's trying to tell Rugga to make a heartfelt appeal to the masses. See what I'm saying? That's why they slanted the text. This is the one I've seen done most often. That guy was annoying more than anything. Yeah, and I love to hate him. I hated him because of how annoying he was. And how he was so willing to sell out all of his friends and then weasel his way from one scenario into the next and it would work. Like, that was. Another good example of a character you love to hate. Game of Thrones, King Joffrey. Anyone? Especially in the TV show, like that actor nailed it. Nailed it. I put Rugga up there with those two, with Benny and King Joffrey. Stream against King Meinolf where I couldn't kill him, and Rugga did it. Andrew Walker's also saying 3, make that heartfelt appeal to the masses. Any last opinions before we move on? Because I think that's going to be enough to carry the flight of fancy of one Appius Attius Rollus. Appius Attius Ruckus. Yeah, it's going to be 3. Make a heartfelt appeal. You tell the tale of your travels, the things you've seen, and the discovery that the dredge are running from the darkness, same as you. As the story meanders, you can tell the mob is becoming restless. Unbelievable. Death knocks, and you invite it in out of pity. Rugga appeals to the crowd now, speaking loudly. Friends, shall we fling the gates open wide to the murderous dredge, embrace their hammers and stones? Should I let this hysterical woman endanger your families, your kin, for murderous, stinking slag? Angry shouts erupt in response. Fury fills the faces of those closing in. Rugga's faithful draw steel. Don't worry, folks. This fight was inevitable. Okay. The roster. Oh, I do have the Varl now. Fascinating. I think I like that lineup. Let me double think it, triple think it. Gris managed to survive. Good for him. I thought I had killed him. Let's see here. I think Hacken deserves a title. Let's go ahead and get that promotion on. Continue, confirm, and then one more promotion for him so we can get to his title. And let's go through the list of the titles that we have left. And I'll let the chat decide which one they think is the best fit. Monster Killer is for will and strength on kill. The Monster Killer takes a savage satisfaction in death, driven by the intoxicating bloodlust of battle. The Oath Maker is determined to the point of zealotry. Others may question the fanaticism, but not the results. For extra will and armor regen, and crit. Their first and last mistake was thinking that they'd be safe behind a piece of wood or iron for the shield cleaver. More break, more damage, never miss whatever. The hopeful. Not all strength is measured by those who swing the heaviest weapon, and that's kind of Hacken's shtick, isn't it? So he gives all of his adjacent allies strength and armor, which is pretty cool, and will. I think I would have put that on Ubin, personally, but moving on. In the face of crushing opposition, the Unbent becomes even more determined to stand tall. Extra will, strength, and armor resist, yeah, whatever. They say no mortal man has ever shaken loose the unmoved, once stubbornly set upon a spot. For strength, yes. Armor, yes. And strength resist, yes. All of those are great for Hacken. It is claimed the Whisper has no life left for mere steel to claim. Less aggro is actually kind of decent for him, and the move. I could see Hacken flying around the battlefield now like he was Ivor. Death seems to hold no sway over the infamous Twiceborn, who turns aside killing blows as others do a child's. Recover from KO with 1 armor, strength, and will, and that goes all the way up to 5 armor, strength, and will. There you go. So those are the options. Pick one. Okay? But I will be back for that later. I'm going to go ahead and spend the rest of my points on something else. Ubin. The meat spring bottle? I mean, the -2 strength that doesn't really hurt you in the end, does it? The will per turn, I mean, it's nah. Yeah, I'm definitely rethinking that one. The Tool of Skildings. 2 break talents, 30% crit chance, +1 ranged distance. Oh, I need Oddleaf. Hold up. Um, Oddleaf has to be in here. So does Rook. I guess I take out. Uh, take Ubin out. I like Ubin, but I'm taking him out just for now. So that's tank, arrows that stun and kill Rook because he's the MC, stuns, poisons like a mofo, and swings for the hills. Use a mix of races so it offends Rugga. Good call, Andrew. I am doing that. Okay, then. I'm going to go ahead and put some points into Scathak. Oh, he's not ready to promote again. Interesting. He's rocking that 7 break right now. So when he's not stunning them, he's taking off all their clothes. Don't think I want. Do I want dodge? Yeah, I want dodge. All right. Let's go ahead and do a rundown of our heroes as they stand. So Egil the Mountain, Oddleaf Death's Messenger, Rook the Wolf, Scathak, Canary Bloodletter, Haken. I'm going to go ahead and put some points into Canary's Bloodletter. And then how about the Wolf? Can I put more points in the Wolf? Yes, I can. Give him a little less aggro. So we come up to a decision about what we want to call Haken. Okay, so Nuva's asking what titles have I given so far. I don't think anybody else in this side of the story has titles other than the ones I just showed you. But I'll double check that. Yeah, that's it. So the Mountain, Death's Messenger, the Wolf, and Bloodletter. Andrew Walker says the Unmoved for Haken. You know what? I think that's a good call. I think that's a very good call because that extra strength and armor is going to be so tight on him. He's now swinging at a, what's the item I have on him? Yeah, +2 strength. So he's going to be swinging at strength 21 now. Yup. He is so insane. Uh, uh, that sexy Tempest at 21. All right. We're out of renown. Let's get this show on the road. If this is a wave battle, I have some great options for the second lineup, including Roak, Ubin, Petrus, Trigvi. Here we go. Ready for battle. I am so pumped. Let's do this. No, Unmoved is a great call. I agree, Nuva. The Monster Killer would have been interesting in honor of Monster Hunter release, but here we go. Okay, so is that Dagger again? Oh, speaking of people I love to hate, where's Rugga? I'm looking for him. Is he out here? No, he's hiding this time. Man, look at this old guy. He's got something in that backpack he really cares about. Okay. But there's all the horseborn up there. There's the Varl and the humans getting to work on the walls. And what an adorable goat. He's standing on some swords, but he's curious about the horseborn. He's like, "Oh my god, they've got 4 legs." Who else we have out here? I appreciate the effort they made to try and make the Varl actually look larger in this game compared to the others. And something going on up here. What's this? Oh, injured. Ooh, sad. Okay. Oh my gosh. Lounging much, lady? She's just like, I'm just going to sit on this bench, watch this fight. The world's ending. Rest your feet. Okay, time to seriously get the deployment going. First things first. I imagine Dagger's probably going to be one of the first ones going. So I'm going to get Gil in his way. Oddleaf, as usual, right behind. Rook in a supporting position. Roek beside. Hacken, we'll say right flank wide. And Canary in between, a little back. We're ready. Dagger is, of course, going to be the first turn. He's going to break at a strength of 4. The Cragsman Convert is right after, and he's got throwing axes. All right, I'm going to make... Hold on, what's his range? Okay, so I'm going to step here. I'm going to force Dagger to take that spot. Yeah, he's going to go there, and he's going to waste the willpower to do it. And in the meantime, I'm just going to set up the stone wall, full strength. Watch them waste their willpower trying to get him. Oh, a little unexpected, but still deflected. Okay, so now this guy, he could end up going to either one of 2 spots to get to Gil. So that was a little unexpected. So I'm instead going to try to entice him to come after Oddleaf by stepping inside of his range. And I'm going to try and put that rain of arrows as close as I can to the front of him. And hopefully, it's a mighty will investment, but it'll be worth it if he steps in it. Come at me, bro. Gotcha. 2, 8, and dead. I love Oddleaf. All right, who's next? He can reach Gil, but Gil can take it. That's nothing. That's nothing. That could be something, but you know what? It's not going to matter nearly as much as the classic Mark Prey. Bam! Goodbye, Dagger. Goodbye. Deflected. Resisted. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so I'm going to do a really quick kick and run. Get that mule kick. Get out of here. Kick and run. Okay, Canary. I don't think you have any kind of knockback. I would have loved it if you did. Get those two a little closer together for a hack and attack. But in the meantime, who's up next? You're not reaching anybody. That guy's going to go after Gil and not do anything. That one's stunned. Then it's that guy. Oh, he's a 15-14. Yeah, that's kind of impressive. Step here. We're going to go ahead and poison the dickens out of this one. He could reach. Yeah, he is. Ow. Yeah, okay. So this is not a wave battle. So. Oh, really? You think you're a Gil, huh? You think you're a Gil? Well, I think you're a putz. Stunned. How much poison has he got? 3, 4, 7. He's at a 13. Okay, that one's the stunned one. So who's next? It's actually you? Okay. I'll just step over here, just kind of get in everybody's way a bit more. We're going to do a regular break. We'll spend the will to move over here. Now, if I'm this guy, which way am I stepping? Let's say he steps for Gil. He didn't. He's stepping for hacking? Yeah. That's right. I could probably get Gil or somebody to move him into the right spot. Yikes. Hey, you know how you have all that deflection going on right now? Try again. Mm-hmm. 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 It's exactly what I thought. Stunned, skipping turn. How far away can she go and still get the shot off here? That hem's hacking in. I'm actually going to go ahead and charge past. Oh, did I pick pin? Yeah, I did. I don't want that poison. You're already dead. Or, not really, actually. You're mostly dead. Okay, that guy is going to be a goner. Ha 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 ha. Here we go. Tempest, Isle Cragsman. Oh, yes. And he got the other one on the collateral. Boom. Hacking. You sexy, sexy beast. Gil gets last kill. As usual. Hi, this guy. I heart you too. Glad to see people joining up. Nuva says, Rugga, boo-hoo, I'ma just hide here. My hand is cut. Poor little me. Hi, Holy Pilgrim. I'm glad you could join us. How are you doing? You showed up just in time for all the drama. Rugga has escaped jail. And already we're fighting. A lull in the fighting, but it looks far from over. If anything, it's just begun, and that's what worries you the most. There's no need for this, you shout. It falls on deaf ears as more and more men draw weapons. The wind picks up, tearing at banners that whip above your heads. A growing gale throws men from their feet and bludgeons your sense of balance. A storm funnel approaches, crawling above the gates. Riding it is Zephyr, her platinum hair curiously untouched by the maelstrom. She lands amidst the fighters like a leaf delicately falling from a tree, somehow terrifying in its grace. Stop this lunacy, she howls. Regina, a little bit of background on Zephyr. Rook and Company, they've not met her. Bulwark and Company did. She is probably the last remaining Volca that isn't inside the darkness. She's the one who's been trying to find a way to, like, in the cutscenes, to try and find a way to fight back the darkness, but now she's finally retreated to Arboring. Here she is. What is this? Put your weapons down. Even Rugga's unflappable demeanor seems subdued in the Volca's presence. Traitors threatened to open the gates and let loose the dredge. We only meant to stop them. Liar. You are the only real threat here, Rugga. Warped creatures reside within the coming darkness, twisted and ferocious. That is the true threat now. I would have come sooner, but I was searching for a solution to protect Arborang, and I may have found one. If everyone can be civil for a moment. Where are the King's Menders? I need them all. They've done as they please since Meinolf died. He's dead. Then as the last surviving Volca, I'm taking control here. I expect the rest of you to put aside your differences while I gather the Menders. 1, 2, or 3, folks. Oh, the Volca are they're like the council of Ubermenders. in the history of the world, back when the Dredge Great Wars were happening between Man, Varl, and Dredge, it was the Volca who stopped the Dredge. They went to talk to the Sunder, and all that they told the world was that they beat the Dredge. But what we've been told through the results through the actions and scenes in this game, however, is that the reality is that the Volca actually went through the Dredge, found a way to communicate with them, made them a deal. They taught them how to mend and how to how to basically create more dredge. And they gave them a home inside the world. That's the world that that Juna, Ave, and Diver and company are going into. And yeah, the Volca, something else that we've kind of been made aware of in this game, they hold a terrifying amount of power. They really are nearly godlike. Their one weakness, though, as compared to, like, say, the Sunder, who lead the Dredge, is that they live mortal lives. So the information that the original Volca had is actually getting diluted through each generation. But So the Volca are not getting more and more powerful, they're actually getting weaker, but they're still pretty terrifyingly powerful. Like, you've seen what Avent and Juno can do. Zephyr is of their ilk, just not as good. And so they've, in order to distract from their power, they've kind of they've taught a whole bunch of people the ability to mend, the menders, and they kind of just sprinkle them all out, all the menders all throughout the world, and they do, their little parlor tricks, like they mend wounds, they patch up walls, but their power is limited, very limited, and it distracts from the kind of terrifying power that the Volca wield. So, in short, they're like the Jedi Council to all of the Jedi. That's like the simplest breakdown I can give it. Hope that was a good enough of an explanation. So Zephyr's telling us to behave like good little boys while she goes off to talk to the Menders. After taking away all of our power, because we were the ones in charge. So we could say, we were attacked without cause. Or we could say, what about the dredge outside the gates? Or we could say, what did you mean about warp dredge? Andrew Walker says, go with 3. I would not call them like elves or angels. They are still human. But they are just really powerful menders. Short version. They are the most powerful menders. Hey, Ungrim. Glad you can join us. Regina says, so it's an ancient power. Let's be nice to her then. Nuva says, we don't have much of a choice but be nice to her. Yeah, I think I would have preferred an option 4 here. Like, wait a minute. Who the hell are you? Granted, you came riding in on your pimp tornado, but seriously, what? Why should I listen to you? No, that's okay. So we should ask. I'm guessing you are thinking option 2 or 3. Andrew Walker says 3. Regina says 2. Holy Pilgrim says 3. Regina's getting outvoted again. Helped a friend of mine move today, and it took like 6 hours. Ungrim, I know the pain, but it's good for the body, good for the soul. You probably got free pizza out of it. All right, we're going for 3. Oh no, now we're tied up. Andrew Walker says, I was thinking that if people learn about warped dredge, they're more likely to let them in. Yeah, that's very true. I'm gonna flip a coin. Heads, it's 2. Tails, it's 3. Whoop! It bounced off my mic. I hope that didn't hurt you guys a little bit. Free Chick-fil-A. Okay, so I got tails. So that's I said that's option 3, right? Yeah, I think I did. Okay. What do you mean about warped dredge? The darkness brings madness, not death. When it covers our barang, the warped will be drawn to us like a moth to the flame. Zephyr rubs her temple in frustration. You don't need to befriend the dredge. Only make space for them within the walls. When the warped come, they will be relentless. We cannot afford to give them more weapons against us in the coming days. Zephyr departs, ushered by a rising gust of air that lifts her toward the keep. She leaps in long bounds like a springing reindeer, out of sight within moments. Ruggo looks to be at a loss, but only for a moment. I mean, can you imagine? You're sitting there, you're having a fight with your fierce political rival. All of a sudden, this lady you've never even seen before comes riding in on, let's say, a tidal wave, crashes into the party and says, yo, you two, stop fighting. I'm in charge now. And let all those people outside that you were just fighting, let them in. Peace out. And then whoosh, another tidal wave comes and she goes all the way back up to the keep, leaving you and your political rival there. What? That's what I'm imagining Ruggo's moment right now being. Okay, so Ruggo looks to be at a loss, but only for a moment. How vindicated you must feel. I envy you. But not everyone is so reasonable, so easily persuaded as me. Convince them. He raises his voice again over the distressed murmur of the crowd. Step outside these gates, brave Rook. Ease our minds. The Volca think they can be trusted. Walk amongst the dredge, Slayer. throw down your weapon and prove to us all how harmless they are. Okay, guys. 1 or 2. I am not going to give any additional context here. I think you guys know what's at stake. I'm not telling you what option will lead to what. Holy Pilgrim's the first to vote. He's going to say number 1, open the gates. Andrew Walker concurs, open the gates. Holy Pilgrim says, let them come, in the voice of Ken Watanabe. Nuva agrees, number 1, open the gates. Open. Regina, 1. Everybody is just hammering that 1 button. We have enough for consensus. Let's not hold it back. Ungrim agrees. And if the King Slayer says, let's do it, then let's send the Dredge Slayer out. Open the gates. Rugga flinches when you give the order, but hides his surprise quickly. You called his bluff, and now you have to deliver. Slowly, the large doors are pulled open for you. Guys, I'm crossing my fingers. I don't know that we have everything we need. This is it. You take a deep breath. Someone pushes the Skogar banner into your hand, and it weighs heavily. Dredge stands shoulder to shoulder beyond the gates. The warbling stops as you approach, and their many yellow eyes turn in your direction like a field of sunflowers. You force your legs to move. Nuva, I know. Shush, shush, shush. The Dredge part around you. It feels suffocating, even though they do nothing but watch. Now completely surrounded, you turn around, where equally captivated clansmen stare breathlessly from inside the walls. You reach for your weapon, and the Dredge shift nervously in response. Then you drop it to the ground. The air is still, as if itself afraid to breathe. You raise the banner. Dredge follow as you walk back into Arborang. They follow through the gate. They follow into the courtyard. And then a man shouts. You can see his face clearly, but you don't recognize him. Just some guy. It's hard to hear what he's shouting, but it sounds like, "You'll kill us all!" He hurls a spear towards you. Others draw weapons. They raise bows. Everyone reacts at once. You feel pressure across your chest, and touching it, see blood on your hand. You can't breathe. It wasn't the Dredge you needed to fear. You scramble, sobbing, to where the body lays. "This is my fault," repeats in your mind like waves crashing on a shore. "I did this." Beside Rook lies the banner. You wrap it around him like a sling, pushing his lifeless body from your mind, or lifeless face from your mind. You drag his body frantically through the squall of battling clansmen as if they weren't there. A sudden blow to the back of the head steals your sight. Dizzy, you're rising, being pulled by your cloak. It's Petrus. His guards are scattered and overrun. The mob bucks like a wild beast. Nearby, a Varl brings his shield crashing down on someone's head. Horseborn scream in the distance. The smell of smoke fills the air. Blades lunge at you from different directions, and you emerge, bleeding, around the corner of an alley. "We need Zephyr!" you cry, pulling at the body still within the banner, though you know it's too late. The violence is spilling out further into the city. Rioters smash down doors and corpses lay openly in the streets. Some of them are very young. "There is no cure for this," Petrus grieves. "Arborang is broken." Use this time wisely. Nuva, looks like you're having a good time. Here we go. Whew. 10 days. 10 and a half days. I think this is the smallest margin I've ever seen for the first round here. It's doable, though. I think it's going to make the next chapter pretty long, but I think this is doable. All right, guys. I'm going to click on that continue. You find Zephyr near the keep where she's preparing the menders. She turns as you approach. Captain Petrus, I told everyone to stop fighting. My friend is hurt badly. You have to help. Do something, please. The stone guard who joined you near the gates has been carrying the body. He leans over to show Zephyr. Zephyr shakes her head. I'm sorry, even the Volca should not meddle with the dead. How did it happen? Jurassic Park, you left us? You left us! It doesn't matter anymore. Just tell us what to do, or this has been coming since Meinolf died. Ooh. It's so true, though. And is Rook complicit in that death? We sided with Rugga. Nuva says too, just tell us what to do. Yes, it is true. Rook is dead. And we are now Oddleaf. I think it's an improvement. I think it's good. Now the only survivors from Skogar are Oddleaf and Egil. And I can't believe I'm saying it. But I've now played a game of Banner Saga where Gil has outlived Rook. Well done, Gil. Well done, chat. Good job, my caravan. Yes, Bastion joins anyway. Bastion's just kind of like the tag-along dredge. He shows up and he's like, what's up? I saw that this guy was letting me in. And blink. And I kind of recognized that blink that he was letting us in. Shift. So blink. I saw somebody stab him. Shift. And blink thought I'd bring him here to you. Yeah. Shift. Blink. Nuva, that's basically exactly what I think of Bastion. Just ... Yo. ... Sup? So, do we have any opinions here? I'm guessing Nuva and Andrew both said 2, or was that for the past choice? Oh, I'm just gonna go for it. It doesn't matter anymore. Just tell us what to do. I'm sorry for your loss. At least there's a few decent people left in the city. Listen carefully. I devised a shield of light that holds back the darkness, but its reach is limited. With Menders joining their efforts, we may be able to encircle all of Arborang. It will mean positioning them evenly across the walls, and if madmen are running wild in the streets, killing indiscriminately, I'll make sure that doesn't happen. Oddleaf, I'll have Rook taken somewhere safe, just until we can pay our respects properly. You nod, numb. How long can you keep the spell of light going, Volca? Assuming the plan works at all, perhaps if we rest in shifts. A number of days, depends on our food supplies, and stopping the warped from slaughtering our menders. They told me you fought off Asunder. No small thing. But that will be nothing compared to what is coming. What do the warped even want with Arborang? As far as I can tell, only mindless death and destruction. That is why I wanted the dredge inside the walls. And the other Volca, Juno and Avend? They can stop all of this. We crossed paths. They continued into the darkness. If they're going where I think they're going, and if they actually make it, there is hope. But none of it matters unless we get these menders safely on the walls. So, a little bit of backtrack. I'm going to backtrack all the way to a moment in Banner Saga 1. It's the moment where we discover, or Ivor lets us in on the secret, that The dredge slingers were actually dredge women carrying children in their sashes. And it was that moment where we arrive at one of the godstones, we see a dead dredge slinger, and then something moving kind of in her arms. Oh my God, it's a dredge baby. What do we do? I don't know. Do we take it with us? Do we leave it here? I know. Let's put it up to a vote. Everybody in the caravan vote. Do we keep the dredge baby or do we leave it here? Um, I warned the chat at the time that the vote just means that they're going to pick the option to leave the baby behind. So I asked the chat, what's it going to be, one or two? I thought really long and hard about this. I thought you all picked to take the baby along, but it seems I was mistaken, because that baby is what keeps Rook alive. Somebody shows up with the baby and pushes it into your arms and says, go out there with this. Maybe it'll make you seem more peaceful. And it kind of works, because Oddleaf goes out there with you. And then I believe, I know what this is like with Alette. Oddleaf takes the spear to the gut. And then Oddleaf dies. But if you're Alette has learned some mending, and if you chose to, and she can mend and heal Oddleaf's wound before it kills her. So you can keep Alette and Oddleaf. As Rook, with Oddleaf with the dredge baby, I think what ends up happening, and I could be wrong, Nuva may know better, is that Oddleaf steps in the way of the spear, takes the killing blow, dies for Rook, leaving Rook in even more of a disheveled and, oh my God, every person I've ever cared about is dead kind of mode. They're either dead or they're Ivor. Nuva's asking, is Ivor going to make it? I think so. Okay, so you lead a group of Zephyr's menders toward the gates, where the fighting is worst. The darkness is already drawing close, throwing soot into the air. You push into the fray to clear space for the menders to do their work. Men fight dredge, men fight men. The fighting curls around you like wildfire until you are engulfed in it. Despite your best efforts, one bare-chested, shrieking madman charges at you, but is crushed into the dirt by the heavy stone bludgeon of a nearby colossus. The stone guard stares at you, past you. Bloodied men encircle you like vultures, screeching trill insults. Traitors! Raven starvers! The stone guard nods some kind of understanding. It seems to recognize you, too. Sup? Okay, so Rook is now out of the lineup, which means we have space to put Ubin in to the lineup. Why Ubin? Because Ubin has this tasty little ability right here, Reveal Weakness. It is very similar to Rook's Mark Prey, except that the attacks can be either armor break or health damage, and it is not preceded by an armor break attack. Also, his passive ability is one of the coolest. Everybody who stands next to him gains a +1 strength, and it's cumulative. And Ubin's a big guy, so lots of people can stand next to Santa Ubin. And Santa Ubin gives them the gift of more strength. He is the Synergy King. And I think the best title to give him, I mean, when he gets there, he's not there yet. Best title to get him is the Hopeful, because he can give even more gifts to people who stand next to him. It's pretty cool. Look, okay, we can't have somebody else becoming just like Bellower. Like, that happened. Bulwark was already Bellower enough, and then he got Bellower inside of his Bulwark head, and now he's Bulwarker, and he's still just Bulwark and Bellower. And no, we don't need another one. Okay, so 28 renown. Scatvac, we didn't get you any kills that last battle. I'm sorry. We need to focus on that in this one. Let's go with points on our backup team. I think it's time to start promoting Trigby. That's it. I'm doing it. I'm calling it. Trigby. Trigby. More dodge. That's good. And think some divert would be good for you. Well, maybe not. Maybe you want some. Let's get you some armor regen, just in case. You're a good kid, Trigby. We like you. Okay. Let's go ahead and slap on some gear on people that don't have any gear. Ubin has nothing. And give him 2 armor per turn. And give him 2 will per rest. 1 will per kill. We'll just give him the armor per turn because they're going to be trying to break his armor anyway. So that's actually good attachment for him. I would give this to any other ranged character. Not Canary and not Oddleaf, but I would give it to Irsa or Derdriu, but neither of them are level 9. And then this is just... it's a level 12 item, but I don't really want it on anybody, you know? Bastion. What's your thing here? Alright, so he's got the Kiwi abilities. He's got Kindle and Drumfire, and his armor breaks onto other people. 2115 base. 1 will per turn, 1 armor per turn, 1 break resist is good. Protects from death. Why not? You know what? He's going to be a tank when he goes out there. I'll just give him that. He has 6 points available. We'll use them. Let's just give him. We'll give him that, and then we'll give him some of this, and he will be the tankiest tank to ever tank in Tankdom. He can get a title right now, so I'm actually going to go ahead and give him something tanky. Maybe something to resist even more armor. Yeah, like the Unbent. Probably going to be the Unbent. Yep, Unbent. He'll be great for round 2 in wave battles. But still, there is no tank greater than Gil. That's just like, it's still true, even now. We're ready for battle. Nuva likes my Santa Ubin comment. Ungrim Iron Fist is asking how good is Vermintide 2. I don't know. I just don't know. I've seen some footage of it. They introduce a lot of like Chaos Warriors and insane Chaos people. All right, gonna kill some more humans. I hope this is a wave battle. The Menders must not fall. Oh yeah, protect the Menders fight. This one's actually pretty straightforward. I do have, as you can tell, three more little freaking Nickels. They cloned him. This is the face of a murderer. This is the face of a killer, of a stalker. And now we have 3 of them. You remember Nickels. I know you do. He's back. He's never leaving us. Never again. Okay. Enough of my insanity moment. Let's go ahead and set up our usual system here. I'm actually going to go ahead. This is risky, but oh, I can't move them. Never mind. All right. Okay. Look at all those fists. All of a sudden, Gil's at 2114. All of a sudden, is it actually active yet? Hold on. No, those are their base stats. It must just be 1 additional damage, not just 1 strength. Like 1. Yeah, it's just 1 to the damage. Okay. All right. Who's up? All right, I'm going to step over here. Going to try and get the Thrasher to come at me. Hold on. He won't reach. That's only a 3. He'll reach and he'll deal with 5. He won't. He can. Yeah, he's a spear. He'll reach with 6. So we're going to go ahead and do the max level stone wall. Can you reach that spot from here? No, you can't. All right. Is one space enough? One space is enough. All right. So it puts her at risk for getting attacked by the spearman, but we'll see what happens. Gonna move Ubin up just the one square, end turn. Hopefully the Thrasher goes for the trap. Yes, he does. Yeah. Goodbye. Oh, perfect. 1 health left. That's what I like to see. All right, we're going to do a kick and run as usual. Just try to slow down that spearman a little bit. Don't want to send him too far, just a little bit. Spearman's still going to make it to... Oh, but he goes for Gil. Your mistake, buddy. Your mistake. Archer is next. I wonder if she can reach. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Canary can reach. And Hacken will probably be able to reach. Yeah. Okay. We're doing this. Barbarium. Enjoy that poison. You have 1 health remaining. Goodbye. All right, Hacken. Aim to maim. Oh, but the artery strike. I won't complain about a crit. I won't complain about a crit. Okay, have we taken any damage? The answer is no, we have not. Let's get away from you. Run away! Run away! Let's get away from you. Ah! Ah! Run away! Resisted. And then, you're still the nearest threat? Okay, let's get you. Run away! Ah! 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 Oh, wait. And we can actually do some mending. No, he can't. That's right, he didn't take any damage. Oh, dodged. Oh, oh my god. That was nearly a heartbreak moment. Okay, so, oh, he did a tank thing? Is that right? You're just 1 health. How much Stonewall did you do? Oh, 3 points? Gil can do some break, though. Probably just not worth it. I think that Spearman's got to be the target. Yeah, Spearman's the target of the hour. We'll step here, get the benefit of the extra damage from Ubin. 5 points. Oh, she died on her turn. So perfect. Okay. He's marked. Yeah, but he's already only at like one health. Yeah, I'll just set this one up to do a little bit more damage. I'll go back here before I pull the trigger, though. Ouch. That was some decent break. Not gonna lie. Actually, just think I'm gonna hold still. Get some hefty breakout. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I forgot about his special ability. Could have just done that. I was too busy thinking about. Dang, they are really going after Gil's armor right now, aren't they? Let's go ahead and synergize with everybody. Kill this guy so Scathak can actually get some kills. Run and hide. Good job. No. Oh. That's okay. Full poison. Oh, I did not need to do that much poison. that was definitely overkill on the poison. Speaking of overkill, here's Mr. Overkill himself. I'm tempted to just like mob him with little nickels, but I'm not gonna. Just gonna go ahead and fix up everybody's perfect little clothes. Do do do. Do 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 do. Your fly's undone. Oh, thanks. I'll get that taken care of. I'm glad you're here to look after me like that, buddy. You're a real pal. It's nice of you to say. All right, all right, all right, all right. As you can tell, I'm just trying to set up so that Scathat can get more kills. Good night, Kimosabi. Promotion. And I can move. Okay, fine. Whatever, whatever. Just end the turn. We're done. Nuva, I like that comment. Does this look like the face of mercy? Talking about Nichols. No, that is the face of murder. Get those menders up on the walls, Petrus shouts to his guards, and keep everyone else away. The guards escort rattled menders to the top, where they join with the menders already in position, closing the gap. Zephyr vaults from the ground on a gust of air, soaring to meet them. The darkness touches the crackling walls, oozing over the edges. Wicked shapes titter and lurk on the other side, just beyond sight. Menders! Shouts Zephyr. Now! It's kind of badass. Kind of like Chapter 21 with a mighty grief that was ours and theirs. That is it for today's stream, folks. I'd like to thank you all for coming out. I had a blast of a time. Special announcement. I mentioned this on Discord to the people that I was able to reach out to beforehand, but earlier today, as I was participating in yet another Stoic stream, I was able to get my hands on a game key, a Steam key for Banner Saga 3. And just like I did when I started Banner Saga 3 a couple weeks ago, I will be giving away that key, because clearly I already have the game. I'll be giving away that key. My idea is on the last stream for this playthrough of Banner Saga, when we get to the very end of Banner Saga 3, I will give away that key to one lucky winner in the chat. Which means you have a very good chance of getting it, because let's face it, the most I've ever had participate in my streams has reached like 11. So y'all should come out. Okay? Thanks. That's all. Again, thank you so much for everybody who's coming out tonight. Regina Dea, Holy Pilgrim, Nuva DT, a new follower. Thank you so much. Ungrim Iron Fist. I'm going to try and scroll through real quick, make sure I catch everybody. Andrew Walker, thank you. Oh, I know I had some other faces pop in and out. Oh, this guy for his brief cameo. Wyatt P, thank you. Yeah, that looks like just about everyone. Guys, I had a lot of fun tonight. I hope you did too. And I hope that everybody who's watching this back on replay later on enjoys as well. I miss you guys. If I haven't seen you today, I really look forward to seeing you on my next stream. And keep an eye out for them. There's so much more juicy plot to go. And we have a whole other party we can still get killed off. 10 days on the clock. In game. I will see you there. You all have a great day.